Wow. Uh, just absolutely incredible, you guys. Before we get started, I just kind of wanted to, before we like actually break down the game, I just wanted to kind of just give my thoughts and try to process this as much as possible. You guys, like, I literally filmed a separate video. It's like a minute 30 or something like that. And it's probably going to take me like a couple of days to fully process what just happened. Uh, you guys, the Phoenix Suns won 51 games this season. They won like 30 something last season, which was, impressive. They had the great bubble run, but then everything took off from there. Chris Paul wanted to come to Phoenix. It's not like we signed him. It's not like we force traded him. He forced traded his way to Phoenix. Jay Crowder wanted to come to Phoenix. Players wanted to come to Phoenix. Our GM, in the matter of 2.5 years, took over this team and knew what to do and knew the right players to sign and knew the right players to trade for. And in some cases didn't even make a move because he trusted this team. And not only did the Suns win 51 games, but I'm trying to word this properly. But we made it to the playoffs, obviously, the second seed. I think we might have had like the second best record in the NBA. And I remember there were some people out there that called us, quote, cursed. And there were just some people that didn't believe in us, because we had to play the almighty Los Angeles Lakers in the first round. Now, I'd be lying to you if I said that I wasn't maybe a little nervous to play the Lakers, but I had faith in my team. I knew we'd win the series. Even when we lost back-to-back games or whatever, games 3 and 4, if I remember correctly, I still had faith. And even throughout this game, like in the third quarter, when it got a little scary for a moment, I had faith. I mean, come on, guys. We had a 13-point lead headed into the fourth quarter. And I get it. In basketball, 13 points is like 5 points, but still, you guys get my point. So I guess my little 3-minute rant here is that I can't fully process this right now. Please know that I am super happy. And I guess that's why I'm at a loss for words, is because I'm super happy. So on that note, hey there, guys. My name is Brandon, aka Suns Geek, and if it has to deal with the Phoenix Suns, I'm going to make a video about it. You guys, the Phoenix Suns advance to the second round. They win their first playoff series for the first time since 2010. And on that note, I need to crack open a beer. Don't know why I don't have drinks in me already. And cheers to the Phoenix Suns. Cheers to the Phoenix Suns. If you have water right now, I don't care what you have. I don't care if you have apple juice. I don't care if you had whiskey. Cheers to the Phoenix Suns. Absolutely incredible. Just unbelievable, you guys. Give me a moment here. I'm just pulling up some notes. I meant to do this earlier, but I was too busy just enjoying the moment. Okay, we're good on the notes here. Okay. And I'm going to pull up the box score and everything. Wow. Thank you to everybody that's in the chat right now. Thank you to everybody who's watching. I see Diego says, how do I sleep tonight? I have no clue. And guys, think of it this way. I hate to sound like the cliche media person, but think of what this is going to do to the national media, the quote experts, who cover this all. They're probably freaking out right now. And for the next month, maybe 2 months, they're going to talk all about the Lakers and what's LeBron going to do. Blah, 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 blah. And you guys, before we really start diving into this, was that not the greatest first half, one of the greatest first halves in Phoenix Suns playoff history? Just absolutely incredible. So before we really start diving into this, excuse me, I'm going to be burping a lot, by the way, so get ready. Thank you to everybody who's in the chat. Sorry, I'm reading a message right here. Thank you to everybody who's in the chat. Thank you all for Hulk smashing the like button. Kenyon Perry, you've been here for so long, man. Appreciate your support, brother. Sam, David, I see some of you guys have been drinking already. Matthew, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you, man. My boy Aaron is here. Cheers to you, Aaron. We're gonna get wasted when I visit Phoenix in like 19 days. I love you guys, just each and every single one of you. The fact that you guys support me, the fact that we did it. We're going to the second round of the playoffs. And thank you so much to Dream Chaser, who already has a $2 super chat. Cheers to you, man. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. And by the way, guys, yes, I am running solo tonight. I don't think my homie Reliable Rants is joining me tonight, understandably so. So on that note, please go home. Please go easy on my boy Reliable Rants. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about this game. First off, I want to read you guys some stats. No, we'll do that later. We'll do that later. Let's talk about that first half. Devin Booker had 33 points. The Lakers had like 41 at the end of halftime. It was insane. Booker had 7 3-pointers, which was his career high. Alec Peters, who's playing overseas before tonight, had more threes than Devin Booker. You know what I mean? It was just one of those games. And what I find crazy is that Devin Booker, 47 is great, especially in the playoffs. He didn't even have 50. Damian Lillard had like 55 the other night on 12 threes. And you're going to kind of hear me say that a lot in this live stream, you guys. Chris Paul was great. We're going to talk about Chris Paul later. But like the fact that like the Suns kind of in a way didn't really give, I don't know. You guys get what I'm saying? Like we could have probably played better and we still won. We were up 13 points at the fourth quarter. I'm probably losing my mind. I probably don't know what I'm talking about right now, but like it was just unbelievable. Really the first half was a blowout and it happened so fast, you guys. They were just off to the races in the first half. And that was kind of what I was saying going in. I was like, the Suns need to get off to a great start. And yes, there were times in the third quarter where the game was very sloppy. The Lakers' defensive pressure was great. Their energy was great. They were hitting shots. The Suns were sloppy in terms of turning the ball over. Campaign couldn't make a layup. But the Suns kept crawling back. Booker hit the big shots when it mattered. It was just great, you guys. I have so many notes here and there's so many things I want to read to you guys and talk to you guys about, but it's just so great. I'm just so happy. The Lakers cut a 29-point Suns lead into 13. But the Suns fought back. There was one stretch where Chris Paul scored or assisted on 10 straight Suns points. It might have been more than that. I was trying to do all my notes while catching up with the game, but Chris Paul was incredible in the fourth quarter. There was a small stretch where it kind of felt like the Suns were doing all of this without Chris Paul, but it also was Chris Paul showed up when it mattered. The Suns had a big time response. They pushed the lead to 17. I think LeBron was on the bench at that point. And the Suns won by 13. Lucky number 13, like Steve Nash over here. And I kind of felt like 13. It was weird. 21 and 20 were kind of their lucky numbers all night. There were times where the game, the Lakers would cut the lead to 20 or 21. But then it felt like 13 was kind of our lucky number tonight. I don't know. I'm going to read the box score. We're going to talk about all the players. Guys, I mean, just the fact that you're watching me right now, trying to keep my composure, trying to keep my emotions together. It's great. This has been a great series. I think in terms of Phoenix Suns history, this has to be one of the best playoff series ever. And with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and dive into the numbers. We're going to dive into the box score. And we got lots to talk about. I'm just going to double check something on my end. Oh, thank you guys for sticking with me by myself tonight, which I think is kind of fine because it's like I've been doing this for so long. It's like I think after a huge win like this, I need to kind of be by myself and talk about this. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the numbers here. Phoenix Suns shot 43.5%. The Lakers shot a little bit better. They took a whole bunch of shots, though, 32 for 81 from the field. The Lakers ended the game shooting 39%. The Lakers surprisingly had more threes than us, but they attempted over 40, which is crazy. Devin Booker by himself had 8 threes, and the Lakers somehow made more threes than us, but it was really what they attempted. The Suns' three-point percentage was terrible tonight, 28% from the field, but it felt like the threes that the Suns did make, aka Devin Booker, those were the threes that mattered. And Monty Williams even said, you guys, let the threes fly. And I think Frank Vogel probably said the same thing to him because throughout the first few games, the three-point shot was a non-factor in the series, which as somebody who's a fan of NBA history, I love that because that's old school basketball, where the 3-point doesn't really matter. Both teams were really struggling to shoot the three all game and all series. But again, the threes that the Suns did make, they mattered. We saw this, I think, in game 5. The Lakers won the rebounding battle by 150-49. The Suns had 24 assists. That's a lucky number for us too, you guys. When the Suns have 24 or 25 assists or more, they usually win a lot of games. And I saw people complaining about the turnovers in the first half. First off, I was like, what are you talking about? We only had 5. We ended the game with 10 turnovers. Okay, I get it. That third stretch was bad. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what am I even complaining about? Like, we just won our first playoff series in like 10 years. Shout out to Raider Miyako. I hope I pronounced that right. We are celebrating the W here in Cuba. Suns Geek is worldwide. The Phoenix Suns are worldwide. Cheers to you, man, from Cuba. Cheers, brother. Guys, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Let's be real. I'm just happy. I'm just so happy. Can I just be happy for a moment and look at the numbers and read you guys my notes and talk about how great Jay Crowder was and talk about, how great Chris Paul was and, what a game. Just that's it. What a game, you guys. I'm going to start reading some of the comments here and then we'll jump back into the numbers. Let me see. I remember at the start of the series, people were saying to trade Crowder. Good to see him come up big when it mattered most. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you saying that. I wonder if Jay Crowder was secretly practicing his threes because that guy was atrocious at the start of the series from 3. And I think it was really game 5 when he bounced back. And this game, he was huge. And everything he does on defense and his hustle and his grit, that's why we got him, guys. Love or hate Jay Crowder, that's why we got him. He was great, man. You're probably wondering why I'm not talking about Devin Booker so much. It's because, this is just Devin Booker, man. He is no, he's not a future superstar. He is a superstar. 47 points and 8 3-pointers, you guys. 8. And it was the way he did it. He just came out. He had that look on his face. Even in moments when he got sloppy, he had those big threes that mattered. He kept attacking. Just, it's incredible, you guys. I don't even know what to say. We are going to the second round of the playoffs for the first time in 10 years. I made a joking tweet. I was like, I'm crying. Like I wanted to cry tears of joy, you guys, because it's not even me. I don't want to be selfish and make this all about me. But if you're a first time viewer to the live stream or this channel, I've been doing this a long time, you guys. And it's not even my videos. I've been watching this team for as long as I can remember. I've been watching basketball for as long as I can remember. And that drought of 10 years with no playoffs, every game this series, I think made up for that. It's like I want to talk about the game, but I kind of just want to just keep talking about the Suns and just appreciate this team, appreciate the journey. I want to reminisce on the good moments of the past 10 years, like the day we drafted Devin Booker. Think about that, guys. That seems like so long ago. You know, when we got DeAndre Ayton, our first overall pick in franchise history. And when we got Mikal Bridges, you know, that draft day trade, and even getting guys like Cam Johnson when people criticized us for that move. Excuse me. That was a playoff victory burp. You know, just getting, like, I remember when we got Cam Johnson and we traded the 6th pick, we got Dario Saric. Just little moves like that. And even though I was kind of skeptical at times when we didn't trade for a big man at the deadline, not Jay Crowder, sorry. James Jones had faith. He said, this is the team that I want in the playoffs. And he went and got Torrey Craig. And I don't know. On that note, we have a spontaneous guest. Please go easy on him in the comments section. This is my friend. This is my fellow content creator. He's been with me every game, I think, all playoffs long. Thank you for giving me my almost 20 minutes, by the way. I kind of needed that. I needed to like vent and just let out my emotions. But now we're going to hear from Lakers super fan, Reliable Rants. Reliable. Oh man. Did you enjoy my emotions for the last 10 years?
No, honestly, I don't have much to say. I just want you guys to enjoy it, man.
Right?
No, man, like, I just want everybody in the Sun and every Suns fans to just enjoy it.
Dude, like I want to talk about the game, but I'm just like, I don't care. I'm just like,
no, man, just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy it. I don't have any negativity to bring.
Like just reminiscing about the past and the good moments, the bad moments, this series. There's like why even talk about the game? Like, oh my God, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to my friend Mark, man. Mark's been there too. He says Suns Geek, Suns and 6.
Yeah, just enjoy it, man. Low key. Just enjoy it. Cause like I feel you, bro. Like the first time we won our first playoff series after the whole 2010 era, like
right?
I'm going nuts. The one thing I will say is I didn't like what D-Book did at the end of the game. Like that kind of pissed me off. Come on, man. That kind of pissed me off. Like you dunk it and talk shit like when you're up. Like, come on, man. Like, can't it just be respected at that point, bro? Just,
you know what?
And look, we played terrible defense, but at some point, like, you can't control how you guys were shooting. Okay, like no matter what defense you were playing against, like,
right?
Like at some point, you just can't control it.
Dude, you guys played great defense in the third quarter, and we still were hitting shots.
Bro, I yelled so loud in the third quarter because I was just so happy that we actually came out with some sort of like want.
Dude, like, again, I give you guys props. You guys didn't quit. You guys showed why you're the defending champions. But
yeah,
there was 1 3 in particular where Booker, I forgot when it was in the third quarter. Booker was locked up, by the way, and he just drained that 3. I was like, we're gonna win. I just had like a feeling, you know.
Had 3 shots with like 3 hands in his face, and at that point, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna get mad at anybody on the team for that. Like, bro, and it's like, I mean, I needed 20 minutes too. I'm not gonna lie, Sunzi. I needed 20 minutes.
Dude.
Just like you. 20
I don't know if you caught the very start. I filmed like a quick little less than 2-minute video just to like process my thoughts, you know?
Yeah. And look,
Uh,
again, I'm not. I just want you guys to. I know it's all Suns fans in the chat. I just want you guys to be happy. I'm not going to bring any negativity, man.
Shout out to my man Daniel, who's been like huge throughout these live streams, and I give LeBron props too. He said, "Hey, LeBron did try though, except for that one possession where he didn't get back on defense. No hate on him at all on my end. You could see that he really wanted it and tried. So he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Yeah."
I'm trying to give credit where credit is due, but at the same time, I want to troll Lakers fans so bad. Besides you, I just really do. I want to troll them so bad.
Nah, man. Again, I stand by this. In NBA games, it's how you start, it's not how you finish. So it's like, look, we played amazing in the second half, but we put ourselves in too much of a hole to just come out of it.
Right.
I love how we got like 30 people when I come on.
That's what I said, dude. I was like. And I'm kind of changing my tune from game to game. And I'm like, this was a game where it did matter how the Suns start rather than finish. And we went up huge when it mattered. And we held the lead. You know, I don't know if you've ever seen the very first Fast and the Furious movie. Vin Diesel said it perfect. I don't care if you win by an inch or a mile. You know what I mean? A win is a win. Like, and that's how the Suns looked at it.
Well, one thing we couldn't do is start the game off like how we started. That's the one
yeah. Absolutely, dude. Think of it, if that were the Suns, we would be having a completely different conversation right now.
Yeah, it's like
I would have been crying.
I texted you right when they showed Anthony Davis walking onto the court. I was like, okay, he's limping. He shouldn't be out there.
Oh yeah.
Then you go 5 minutes in, like, bro, come on, you can't blame him. Come on, bro. He tried to go out there. There's no way he could play with a hyperextended knee and like, bro, you can't blame him.
And the groin injury.
Come on, bro.
Excuse me, I'm burping.
Yeah, Roy's right on that. Like, I don't know how our medical staff even let him go out there.
See, and here's the thing. I don't know if I want to fully blame the medical staff because I made a video where Chris Paul literally told James, and I get it, it's different injuries. I get it. Different medical staffs, different opinions. But Chris Paul literally said, Coach, if I don't look good, take me out. So maybe Anthony Davis said that same stuff. Maybe the doctor said, maybe the doctor said you shouldn't play, but Davis was like, yo, let me play. And if I don't look good, take me out. Because that's exactly what happened.
I mean, not exactly. He kind of took himself out just based on the fact that
he did kind of walk off.
But no, you're right though. That's something like that could have happened. So yeah, I'm not like blaming the medical staff, but like he just didn't look like he could even be out there.
Oh yeah.
Like he just didn't. Like every play he had to guard someone, he was like grimacing.
I forgot if Booker scored on that possession, but there was one player I think Booker like knew Davis was on him and he like ran around like because he knew Davis was hurt and he attacked him. I don't remember if Booker scored, but they knew. Chris Paul even attacked him, and Chris Paul isn't at 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, man, just. You know what? I want to pull up Mark's comment. I'm so glad he said this.
I need to leave Instagram stories, man. I posted some cancellation type shit just out of anger.
My man Mark said, young NBA is lit. Booker, Young, Mitchell, Tatum, Ja Morant. We're in good hands. And I 100% agree. Look, I get it. I get it that LeBron's never won lost a first round playoff series until now. I get it that like Luka's the future, blah, blah, blah. Giannis, all them. I don't care. Like this, Mark is absolutely right.
Also,
Booker, Trae Young, Mitchell, Tatum, Ja, like the NBA is in great hands.
Yeah. I wanted to mention, I think we should still talk about how LeBron isn't 100%. Like, I know you guys don't want to hear it, but it's the reality of the situation. Like, I'm not giving excuses. Like, look, he played good in the second half. He actually showed he wanted to win.
I think he played great.
But, like, bro, come on. At the beginning of the game, like, we just weren't. Like, first of all, no. At the beginning of the game, we still played better than we did in Game 5. But D-Book was just, like, on PEDs. So it's like there's not much you can do when that's the case. But, like, look, LeBron just simply wasn't 100%. So it's like the whole downfall of our season came when they both got injured in the first quarter of the regular season. That's when the downfall of our season went. Because we looked like a championship team the first 10 games of the season.
And you know what? That's why I don't want to hear any Lakers or Suns fans really complain, because it's not the Suns' fault the Lakers got injured and they had to play them in the first round. You can't control injuries. If your Lakers were healthy, we'd probably see you guys in the Western Conference Finals.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't want to, like, again, I want you guys to celebrate, but if we were fully healthy, like, come on, man.
I don't know, man. That I was saying this earlier. I was like, dude, Chris Paul, man, you think he had an incredible season. If he would have been fully healthy too, we have role players that have won us games this year. I think the series would have came down to 7 games.
I agree.
Down to the final minute.
I agree with that. I'm just saying, bro, like, you can't say like us being healthy wouldn't change the game. Like,
oh yeah, no, but
again, I just want, you know what, guys, just celebrate. I'm not here for any, like excuses or anything.
And guys, that's what I'm saying. Go easy on my boy Reliable, because this guy hates Kyle Kuzma. What Lakers fan hates Kyle Kuzma?
God, did you see what Kuzma did tonight?
Was he bad? He had a couple nice plays here and there.
If you have to ask if he's bad, he's bad. Because you didn't notice him, right? Therefore, he was bad.
Dude, I was just so like, I didn't care what the Lakers did. I was just focused on the Suns. Like, although there was one point where LeBron passed it to Wesley Matthews, and for some reason Ayton didn't guard Wesley Matthews, and he hit this corner 3, and I was like, Ayton, what the fuck you doing? There was some points where Campaign couldn't get a layup to save his life. Chris Paul kind of was questionable at some points.
Campaign and Ayton were terrible tonight, but that was part of our second half game plan, bro. When we doubled Booker, oh my god, that was great.
Yeah.
Game. Yep. By the way, Paul Duncan said something very, very funny.
Let's see. That guy, he's already come up clutch already.
Still waiting.
He's like, technically, the Lakers weren't at full strength, and they need to play another 3 games.
Like, I'm a Lakers fan, but that's pretty funny, man. Come on.
Come on. David Stern, R.I.P., vetoed the Chris Paul Lakers trade, so anything's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the redemption for the Chris Paul trade.
I agree with Jack here. Payne played without patience tonight. Lots of turnovers and misses. There were so many times where Chris Paul was on the court. I was like, Campaign, you need to be passing the ball right now, man. I get that you've been the X factor this series and you're averaging like 13 or whatever, but like, dude, pass the ball, man. You don't have it going. But you know what? If I'm complaining about Campaign having a bad game, then we won, Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, but I don't know.
Can I read a quick stat about Ayton real quick?
Go for it.
So the first 3 games he puts up 11 shots, 13 shots, 15 shots. That's when we were talking about playoff Ayton, right? And the last 2 he puts up 7 combined. So it's like, at that point, like, I think Ayton, you need Ayton to win against the Nuggets. Like, if we're game playing, it's like, bro, you can't have this Ayton. So it's like, you had excuses this game because we were so ass. But it's like, bro, if you want to win against the Nuggets, you need like a good. You can't have Ayton shooting 3 shots and getting 3 rebounds. Like, that's what I'm just telling y'all for the next series.
I agree, because I don't know how I thought about Ayton tonight. I'll probably need to go back and like look at the film, but like, I don't know if it was a matter of us not getting him involved or if he just wasn't that good. And that's what's tricky about DeAndre Ayton. Even though I know that you don't watch like a bunch of Suns games and all that, there's games, man, where just Ayton, he's a mixed bag. Like, you know how Romp's always complaining about Ben Simmons? It's real, man. Like, there's some, and maybe if we were chucking the ball at him, trying to get him to score every possession, maybe the game would have been different. There were some good moments from him, though, but like, he wasn't really a factor.
Yeah. I was going to say on what I said last game, like, you see in the second half, our energy players were playing so well because LeBron was playing so well. Again, it's a hive effect. So LeBron came out.
You said that in Game 5. Yeah, you're right.
LeBron came out wanting to play in the second half. So Wesley Matthews, Dennis Schroeder, THT, everybody else was like, all right, we're going to play in this second half. So that's exactly what happened. But obviously it didn't result in a win just due to the huge hole we dug in the first half.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, if I wasn't like so full of emotion, I would have just skipped straight to the second half. But like, even though you guys did cut it to like 10 points, I never really felt like the game was out of control. And the Suns, they did their job. Like, I'm trying to process that the Suns are going to the second round, but it doesn't feel real yet. You know what I mean?
We were not ready to compete in this round. Like that, just based on our mentality, based on our injuries, based on everything. So it's just like if I could play any other team, I wouldn't choose the Suns, man. It's just based on the the rest of the NBA is going to need to put some respect on the name of your
facts. Thank you. And you know what? As much as I bitch and complain, sorry for my language tonight, guys. As much as I bitch and complain about the national media, I complain about it for a reason, because these guys should be like, hey, Devin Booker's a superstar. The Suns are good. But yet they get clickbaits, and I get it. You know, maybe if I had like a huge, you know what I mean? Like if I was a huge company guy, maybe I'd get their reasoning for all this clickbait. But like Game 5, man, let me show you a picture. I posted it earlier. After Game 5, they were like, are the Lakers still contenders because the Suns blew them out? I'm like, dude, like, I don't even know where I was going with that, but put some respect on the Suns. You know what I mean? Am I talking crazy tonight?
You're not. Like, bro, like how you beat the defending champs and expect the NBA to not put respect on your name.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, like again, injured, not mentality fucked up or not, bro, just celebrate it, man. Just enjoy it. Like, I'm not one of the, like, look, I know I couldn't appear as a toxic Laker fan, but bro, like, come on, like I have some sympathy. I just want you to enjoy it. I'm not here to like make all these crazy ass excuses. I just want you to enjoy it.
Yeah. Like I wish I had like more emotion.
Okay, sorry, I'm so sorry, bro. Stop with the refs. Just the whole chat needs to stop with the refs. Like it's just so.
I felt like the refs weren't a factor in Game 4. Game 5. I don't remember what happened in Game 4, but I don't think they were a factor in Game 5. They definitely weren't a factor tonight.
I don't know, man.
I did make a joke on Twitter that they were. I was like, the only thing that can save LeBron now, and I put a picture of the refs, but like I was trolling, to be honest.
Bro, I'm just saying, like, bro, Suns fans gotta stop with like little ref and stuff like that, bro. Come on. You know the refs weren't like, you're over exaggerating when you say the refs were that big of a factor in this series. Like, by the way, there's like 7 technical fouls tonight. Like they got most of the flagrants right. Like unbiasedly, I think we can agree with that. Like the one on Keith where he like messed up Cam Johnson, like that was a flagrant. As much as us Laker fans don't want to say, like, bro, they got the calls right. All right, let's stop. Jesus Christ.
I don't mean to salt the wound here, and I know it doesn't matter because you guys are eliminated, but you guys had like 17 turnovers in Game 5. Tonight you guys had 16, and we somehow won the points in the paint battle 44-36.
And you guys had a lot of turnovers tonight, right?
Kind of. People were complaining about that. And I was like, dude, we had like 5 in the first half and we were up by like what, 30? Like I thought I would never see the Suns up by like 30 at halftime in Game 6 against the defending champion Lakers. Like I want to talk about this game so bad, but at the same time I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, look, all you got to look at is the result. Like, why do you got to? I mean, look, you moved on.
Why reminisce? Like, we're not playing a Game 7. Like, it's
as
done.
As a Suns fan, you don't need to look at the contents of the game, man. Just be happy, in my opinion.
By the way, we're already past 30 minutes. Here live with my guest, Reliable Rants. He gave me my first 20 minutes. He needed 20 minutes himself. By the way, if we like go like an hour somehow, I would actually like to talk about Brad Stevens and Danny Ainge and all that. I was planning that anyways, so we can talk about that later.
Can you hear me okay, though? I don't even have any mic plugged in.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. It just sounds like
I don't have the brain power to go over there.
I'm just glad I did my good mic today. By the way, we have about 170 people. If you guys could just destroy the like button, I would greatly appreciate that.
Right when the Lakers fan come in and like the numbers jump by like 50.
Right. Oh, man.
I'm like the only Lakers fan out of their shell right now.
Excuse me. I'm burping. These are celebration burps right here. Daniel says, I thought Booker's slam at the end was a statement, like Trey's 3 when it wasn't necessary, but he took it anyways and bowed. 2 young stars in the making, bold statements. I'll say this. I got to kind of be a homer here. Come on, man. Give us that Booker slam. Give us that Booker. Give us that, man. I mean, come on, bro.
He was like telling the Lakers, he's like, what? What? Like, bro, come
Dude,
on. Like, you don't like. I
I'll
get
say
it's all hyped up and shit, but like, bro, like as a fan, that made me like really pissed and like mad. Like, that's just like an unset in stone rule. Like, you
think
don't.
about it this way though, man.
Like, I see why he did it. I see why he did it, but I just feel like you don't do that.
That does come with maturity. You know, Booker's still young, man. Give him this, bro. He's 24, just won his first playoff series, just had 47
I'll
points.
give him it out of the respect that I have, like as just because I don't want to cause any toxicity. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you because of that. I'll give it to you because of that.
If you see any good comments or questions, please let me know. Please be my eyes in the chat. I'm trying to keep up. You guys are just so awesome that you're sitting here watching us. DJ Holmes, who's been here a lot in the past, says, I'm faded. We got through the first round through the defending champions. Pinch me. Thank you for saying that, dude. Like, there was one point where I was like, is this real? Like, am I like dreaming right now? Like, the Suns were up, like,
I feel that.
and like, dude, you guys
I had the same thought. I was like, bro, I'm dreaming right now.
Like, you guys won the championship last year. You've had success ever since you got LeBron. Like, this is how it feels.
Not ever since we got.
I haven't like experienced that.
Yeah,
you know
bro,
what
that's
I mean?
what I want you guys to celebrate, bro. I could easily come on here and just be all toxic and shit. I just don't want to do that right now.
Like,
man. I want you guys to be happy.
Like, yeah, I did watch the Suns when they had Nash. I was a lot younger back then. I barely had my YouTube channel back then. So, like, yeah, I guess I've tasted success, but this is different, man. It's different when you go on a long 10-year playoff drought with 0 playoff games. Mm-hmm. It feels like it's like you're playing a video game and you hit the restart button, you know? Like, it's different, man. Dude,
bro, I'm in hiding from Clippers fans right now. I'm like in hiding. I'm like Anne Frank. Okay, that was a bad joke. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. Holy shit. I'm sorry, man. There's 180 people watching. Holy fuck. I'm sorry, man. That was a terrible joke.
You know what? There's been worse things.
Yo, I'm so sorry for that.
Oh
my god.
Look, I'm not even in a mindset to try to pretend like I know what's going to happen in this Nuggets series. But do you have like any thoughts on the Suns Nuggets?
No,
like, I'm not even in a mindset to try to process that.
I could speak for all Suns fans where I say you got the right matchup. I don't think anybody would want to play the Portland has a better roster. The last thing you want to do is play against Damian Lillard in the playoffs,
who just dropped 55 points and
I'm gonna
12
put that out there for you. I'm gonna put that out there for you. But what I'm gonna say is, I don't know who's gonna stop Jokic. I just don't know who's gonna do it. But look, bro, the Nuggets, they're more of like a one-headed monster. Cause like, look, I just feel like you guys have a better team than the Nuggets. So it's like as long as you stop MPJ, as long as you stop contain Jokic and just contain the role players, like you're gonna have an easier series. Cause like, bro, the Trailblazers, they're nowhere you're stopping Dame and CJ and like containing like all their good defensive role players. Cause Portland has a great defense. So it's like I think you got the better matchup.
I hate to use the injury excuse because that's been the cliche of that's been the cliche of the playoffs, but I'll be real. Jamal Murray is a Suns killer. Go ahead and look at the footage. Look at the numbers. That guy loves playing against the Suns. So the fact that he's out, that is huge.
I just wanted to make sure you knew he was out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
You're talking like you like thought he was about to start playing.
Dude, he's low key one of my favorite players like in the league. He's just because he seems like a good dude too, man. Like I love that guy, man. Somebody said something like dude is on the verge of tears. He's probably talking about me because I was really close to being on the verge of tears tonight.
Both of us, man.
I don't know why I'm not crying. Like I'm serious. Like I wanted to actually cry tears of joy. Yeah, thank you guys. We got like 100. I keep seeing the numbers flip flop, but the fact that we have over 100 people in here, over 150 people here, just listening to me rant and let my emotions out. You guys are all incredible. Yeah. Destroy that like button, you guys. Reliable. Do you have just any post-series thoughts? Anything we haven't really talked about?
I mean, that we haven't talked about. Look, I just think to summarize everything, we weren't ready for the series. By any way you look at it, we weren't ready for the series.
Yep.
Like again, like if we did a season recap, we started going downhill after the 10th game of the series, where AD started the lingering injuries. LeBron sprained his ankle, and everything just went absolutely downhill. So then when playoffs came, the chemistry was all off. We just signed so many new players and stuff, and we had LeBron and AD still injured, and we had a hungry, confident, amazing Sun squad ready to eat us for dinner. So it's like we just weren't ready for the matchup. And that just what led to our demise. So I just need to give it to y'all to celebrate and know that you have a better matchup in the second round than you could have had. So what I gotta say.
Like I'm like still trying to find the words. I think, like, obviously I don't follow the Lakers, whatever. But I try to follow as much basketball as possible, on the exception of when it's the playoffs and there's games every other day in a COVID year. But I think it kind of all started when you guys were fighting for the play-in. That's when I kind of was like, okay, I don't know if this Lakers team is for real. Like, no offense, I get it. You guys were injured, but like, you guys were playing to get into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, as great as LeBron is, as great as AD is, something's not right, and I get it. Injuries suck. You can't control injuries. That's the cliche of the playoffs, but that's when I kind of knew. And I think it's a good thing the Suns played the Lakers, man. I mean,
you think you knew? I don't think you knew, Brandon. I don't think you knew.
I think it's a good thing the Suns played the Lakers, man.
I think that you knew you were going to win this series, man. I didn't think you knew.
I think this was a great test. I think the NBA gods were like, look, we're punishing you for 10 years of no playoffs. Here's your test. Now go beat it. And I think they beat it. I'm not saying they're going to win the championship. I'm not saying they're going to go to the finals, but
I think y'all are going to beat the Nuggets if you just.
We're going to the second round. That's all I care about.
I think the main thing is going to be staying level-headed, bro. You can't get all y'all can't get all big-headed and stuff. Like, I just feel like the team and the fan base and everybody just needs to celebrate their asses off and then go back and say, all right, we're playing a very good team. We need to play the same way we played against the Lakers.
Yep.
And also, like, just speaking on the plan thing, it's like if you look at it for more than half the season, we were playing with Dennis Schroeder and role players. So it's like.
What are you talking about? Dennis Schroeder's the GOAT. He almost killed us this series.
But I love Dennis Schroeder. You know that. But it's just like
he played good tonight too.
What do you want? What do you want? Like, come on, man. Like, you can't expect us to play like we are without our two best players. Dennis Schroeder and role players is only going to get you so far in a huge regular season. So it's like that's big reason why we were in the play-in, just because of him being the leader, and we didn't have our leaders.
Shout out to my man, Roy, who's been on this channel once before. Huge Suns fan. He supports all of the Suns podcasts and content. He says, feels like a dream. Like, I feel like I'm going to wake up tomorrow and be like, are the Suns like still playing the Lakers? Like, it doesn't feel real, man. Shout out to my man, Mark, once again, who says, Suns Geek, wish you were here in Phoenix, bro, so we could catch the second round game. I'm going to Phoenix in 19 days. And I'm just so excited. Like, the Suns might still, I don't know how the schedule is going to work, but like, the Suns are going to be in the playoffs. And that's why I wanted to go back to be in that environment. I wish I would have went earlier, I wish I was filming this video from like a hotel room right now, On that note, would you like to talk about? we're probably going to lose a lot of viewers. Would you like to talk about Brad Stevens, Danny Ainge, and the future of the Boston Celtics? I have some thoughts.
It's okay. Honestly, as a Suns fan, I don't know how you're just like transitioning to this after. That's crazy.
I have nothing to say, man.
I'd like to move on.
I'm just happy. I'm just like, sure, I could break down all the numbers and talk about whatever. I'm just like, dude, like, we're going to the second round. That's how I look at it.
Okay, I just want to say one more thing because the chat is really talking about the end of the Booker thing. Like, look, again, I get it. Like, look, I get who said this.
No Geek Suns talk only.
I'm not going to try to pronounce your name. Just it's okay. It said Booker celebrated once after years without a competent team. He had all that pent up for one ejection. Like, look, I get that. It's just, bro, like, I just feel like you don't do that. Like, just out of just you're up by 13. You don't dunk and then just yell at the other. Like it was chippy the whole series. Like Suns fans shouldn't try to just put it on us about like, oh, we're talking shit. We're getting the calls. We're getting like, bro, we know it was chippy mutually. So it's like, look, D-Book can do that dunk, but then he starts like shit talking after and stuff. It's like, bro, I feel like celebrating is different than how he went about that. But look, at the end of the day, I do get it. So now we can move on to the Celtics. I just want to get that off my chest because everybody.
That's okay. That's okay. Wow, I guess LeBron James signed a Booker for Devon. I can't even talk. LeBron James signed a jersey for Devin Booker. Just saw that right now. I loved your post, by the way, when you were like, Bleacher Report said the Lakers are struggling.
Yeah.
I posted it on my Instagram story. Follow me on Instagram, by the way.
Bro. Like when I saw that, I was like, no shit. Like, what is anyone? I don't know, man.
I got a question for you. We'll stick on the Suns talk. I could go to my notes here to keep the Suns talk going, but do you think if LeBron would have had, I'm not just talking about his ankle, I'm not talking about his low scoring. Do you think if he would have been like LeBron, you know, like putting up over 25, better, you know, numbers all around, do you think the Lakers would have like took this to 7 games? Do you get my question?
No,
Does that
I
make
get
sense?
It's like, look, I just think, yeah, look, we can all agree. All of the 155 people in here can agree that LeBron wasn't LeBron this series. Can we agree on that?
He was like,
he wasn't LeBron, man.
Like, so I just went to Miami and I'm hungover LeBron.
Exactly.
You know?
So it's like, bro, like, I just feel like I'm not trying to be toxic. I'm just trying to use common sense.
I asked you the question, so you can give your opinion.
So it's like, bro, like, if LeBron, like, look, we all know, I don't know why LeBron does this, but he could have driven to the paint every time and gotten a bucket or a foul. So it's like, he doesn't do that. He waits. He's all hesitant and stuff. Like, that's not LeBron. That's not LeBron James. So it comes with the injury and it comes with the age and it comes with the team chemistry, the lack of team chemistry throughout the regular season. So it's like, yes, I do agree that if he was normal LeBron James, his energy would be way up. The team's energy will be way up. And I feel like
he was turning the ball over a lot too this year.
And
I just read a stat about that.
I remember this one play where I just yelled because he was posting up. He had Cameron Payne on him and he threw it out of bounds to KCP. It's like, that's not LeBron James. So it's like, if we're just using common knowledge, this series would be in a different situation if we had normal LeBron and like AD was like 8%. So it's like, yeah.
Let me read you some stats about how weird the 3-point shooting was this series. And I'm talking mainly for the Suns. I would have to look up the Lakers numbers, but Phoenix Suns made threes this series. Game 1, 9, game 2, 8, game 3, 11, game 4, 10, game 5, 14. Tonight they had what, 10? That's how weird the 3-point shooting is. But as I said earlier, I appreciate that because that goes to show that
they had more than 10.
No, I'm looking at 10, man. They went 10 for 35. Booker had 8. Yeah. They had 10 3-pointers made.
8. I remember Jay Crowder. No. Jay Crowder had 3 threes in the first quarter. So we all remember that, right?
Maybe these numbers are wrong then, because I'm looking at the.
We all remember Jay Crowder scoring 3 threes in the first quarter. Plus Booker.
Oh, wait, I'm stupid.
That's 11 in the first quarter.
This is the wrong game. I'm stupid.
These people,
wait, let me see.
Like, bro, someone just said LBJ isn't on Mount Rushmore now. Like, that's just stupid.
I'm sorry, guys. I got my numbers wrong. I'm so stupid. They had
that
18.
Right.
Yeah, they had 18. I'm sorry, guys. My bad. You guys get my point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm done after that. But still, they only had 4 more threes than game 5, which is huge because, again, those threes that they did have were huge. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, all I'm going to say to end this segment off, we need to give Dennis Schroeder, we're going to give Dennis Schroeder, like, Bill Gates' salary this offseason. Like, bro, like, first of all, I know Rob Pelinka. Second of all, I know what we're going to do, bro. We are going to do anything we can to make sure Dennis stays.
Right. Okay, these are the actual I'm looking them up now. I was looking at the wrong numbers, man. How was Campaign a plus 16 tonight? He was terrible. 1 for 8, 7 points, and he was a plus. That's why I hate the plus minus. I hate it. It's like the worst stat in basketball.
It's a really general stat, so it's like hard to say, you know.
Devin Booker was a plus 10. He had 47, 11. and 3, and he had 8 3-pointers, which is a career high.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Bro, like some of the stuff that he was doing is uncontrollable from the defense.
Yeah, my bad, guys. If you guys are watching this tomorrow or in the future, I butchered the 3-point number stat. My bad. I'm stupid. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy. The Suns won. I'm done looking at the numbers.
Yeah.
I'll just say this for people that have made it this far into the chat. I'm going to be making like kind of a series recap. I'm going to be kind of breaking down the numbers. You're going to get like probably 3 videos from me.
I was about to say, you're going to get like 5 videos.
I might upload that like reaction video that I did. It's like 1:30.
These people are so stupid. I'm sorry.
Hey, take it easy on my subscribers, man. Those are fellow Suns geeks right there.
No, exactly. I want y'all to celebrate. It's just like, don't be saying stupid shit.
On that note, I know that I keep pushing this, but I'm pushing it for a reason. Let's talk about the Boston Celtics future, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Welcome to Celtics Geek.
Oh, Lord. Okay, look, this is just the weirdest situation I've ever seen. Like, I don't know what scenario you see a head coach move up to.
Right?
Not only move up, but then stop being the head coach. It's like when a lot of times when that happens, the head coach becomes the president of basketball operations and stays the head coach. This time, Brad Stevens is going to move up and hire a new head coach to replace him. Like, that's just a weird situation to me.
It's weird, but I think there must be some kind of great chemistry between Brad Stevens and whoever. Because obviously Danny Ainge, quote, retired. I don't think he's going to stay retired. I mean, look, you got to think, even though they didn't win a championship, I want to read you some numbers. And again, this kind of goes back to Danny Ainge. Brad Stevens, he coached 8 seasons. He had a winning percentage of 55-7 or whatever. So over 500, 7 playoff appearances, 3 conference finals appearances. That's pretty good, man.
He was a great coach, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah. I like to compare the Celtics to the Blazers. I just think that they're in a similar situation.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have all these pieces, but they're never going to get out of the second or third round. That's just how they're built. So it's like, Brad Stevens is a great coach, but I definitely understand they needed a change. And
I'm not saying like Danny Ainge is like the greatest GM in NBA history, because again, that they didn't win 1 chip, but like that's still pretty good. He probably won't be out of a job long. I don't think the Celtics are necessarily going to rebuild, but they might. I mean, you got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Rebuild. There's really no way they can rebuild. Like, they can like kind of rebuild if they get rid of Kemba and stuff and get like. But bro, like they just paid the crap out of 2 players, and Tatum, and Tatum is the future of the NBA at this point. So it's like, I don't know how much you can really just completely rebuild after a 10-year rebuild, you know?
Shout out to Chosen One. I agree with you, man. I metaphorically was running down my street screaming after the game too, man. That's how it'll be if the Suns go to the finals and win the championship. I'm not even kidding. I won't even go live if they do that. I'll be screaming and filming myself, and yeah. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts. I don't know what Portland's going to do either. You would assume probably Terry. I like Terry Stotts, but I think he's probably gone.
No, Terry Stotts needs to get his ass out of there.
Sometimes as great as a coach as you,
Terry Stotts, don't let me.
Sometimes as great as a coach as you can be, sometimes players just stop listening. It's sad. It's happened throughout the history of the league. Unless you're Greg Popovich. You know what I mean? And somebody said this earlier. Might have been Mark Stein. Somebody said this. They were like, Damian Lillard needs more help. He needs a better supporting cast. He needs better coaching. You're not trading Damian Lillard. He's never going anywhere. He'll be one of the greatest Blazers players of all time, if not the best.
Look,
get Damian Lillard some help.
The reason he's not going anywhere is because I don't see Dame requesting a trade, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. If Damian Lillard requests a trade, he's
so loyal, bro. He's
going to
get
traded.
Loyal.
Like, let's not bullshit. If Damian Lillard requests a trade, he's going to get traded. So it's like,
Oh yeah.
He said it time and time again. He's loyal. He's not going to switch up for the championship. He's going to do it with his team. So
he's called players out on that too, man.
It's just unfortunate, bro, because I love Dame's my favorite player in the league.
He's great,
like,
man. He's great. Besides Brandon Ingram, I know you love Brandon Ingram.
I mean, obviously that's a different scenario. I just been watching BI since like high school, so it's like that's But like, bro, Damian, like I just feel bad. Like it's so unfortunate as a Damian Lillard fan. It's like I want him to win so bad. So it's like Terry Stotts. Like we can all agree that without Jamal Murray, the Blazers had a better roster than the Nuggets. It's like it's oh my god. Like I just feel so bad for Dame, man. I just want him to win. I think everybody can agree on that.
At this point, I just want Damian Lillard to go to the finals at some point, man. Yeah. I feel bad for him too, man. He gave this one speech that I posted on my Instagram and all that. He was like talking about like staying humble and working hard. And I'm like, dude, this guy is just real, man. Dude, I went to like 2 summer leagues, like before COVID. He was there. He was like signing autographs, taking pictures. There's one photo of him and I'm in the background of the photo. Like, I love Damian Lillard, man. That guy deserves more help.
100%. I love Dame.
Don't know what the Celtics future is going to look like. As somebody who, I'm Suns geek. I love the Suns, but at the end of the day, I love basketball. I love seeing stuff like this. Like yesterday was like one of the craziest days in the league. Like Coach K retired and like the Celtics
season. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the Celtics, hit the quote restart button and Brad Stevens gets a promotion. Like what? Like I love basketball, man. I don't know. I'm so full of joy right now.
I know we're not a football channel, but I just want to tell Daniel Pena to do his research because that was one of the stupidest takes I've ever seen, man.
Daniel, what's going on, man?
Aaron Rodgers is one of the best running backs in the league. He has one of the best receivers, the best receiver in the league. He has a great offensive line. He has a great defense. Come on, bro. Let's not do that.
Man.
Let's not compare Dame, who has actually no help, to Aaron Rodgers, who's just bitching.
I guess the next thing we can talk about, if you want to keep going here, is what's. I guess you kind of talked about this earlier, but we'll revisit it. What's next for the Lakers?
Man,
in your opinion,
right now, I can't answer that right now. I can't.
Okay.
Like, honestly,
that's fair.
Just the supporting cast. Like, we have KCP locked up.
He played good, man. He played good.
Yeah, look, we just need better shooters around LeBron. Like, it proved losing Danny Green, losing Rajon Rondo, losing Dwight for Trez and Schroeder and stuff proved to be a downgrade. Even though I was one of the victims who was like, bro, we improved so much last offseason because we got to the 6th Man of the Year candidates, but that proved to be not the case. So it's like we just need to get the right pieces around the core too, and then we'll be back in business. As long as we have them healthy, like we're not going anywhere. So.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Unintentionally, you reminded me. There was a report that came out today by somebody who I actually trust. He's what they call a capologist or something. His name's like Eric Pincus or something. I actually met him at Summer League once. Nice guy. He put out like some article that like Chris Paul declined his $44 million option.
I saw that. The reason he just, and you might have been wanting to say this, but the reason he did that is to sign a multi-year deal.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to see Suns fans panic over that. It's not like he's denying it and he's going to be like, I'm out, peace.
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Exactly.
He wants to resign. He doesn't want to just accept some puny-ass one-year deal and have to go through the whole process again. He wants to get it over with.
If the Suns would have been like terrible and like had to like fight to get into the playoffs, yeah, maybe he'd be like, all right, I'm out. But even then, he wanted to come to Phoenix.
Coda Kid said Suns finna get Trez.
I made a video about that before we got Chris Paul.
Yeah, but it's just funny because Trez, the Clippers lost to us last year, and now Trez comes to us. So now we lose to you guys, and that's just funny.
I guess what I was going off with that Chris Paul rant about was like Chris Paul's not going anywhere. The future is bright in Phoenix. I said this earlier, dude. Like, and Romp brought this up. I think like James Jones did all of this in like 2.5 years.
Yep.
Insane, man. And you know what? I don't know if you know much about our owner, Robert Sarver. There was an interview maybe like a month ago, and he was like, look, like he kind of took credit. He was like, I finally got it right. But at the same time, he was like, look, like I realized that investing in young players wasn't the right move. I should have done this before. Basically, he was saying I should have gotten a Chris Paul sooner. That's kind of what he said.
Yeah, like
And
yeah,
and at the end of the day, he also said this. He was like, look, I don't think he was like trying to like push away the criticism, but he was like, at the end of the day, like I hired the right people. Eh, I'm just saying, Robert Sarver, he gets a lot of hate. I think he finally has his eyes open now. And I think it's going to be expensive as hell. But I think he's going to lock up Chris Paul. He's going to lock up DeAndre Ayton. He's going to lock up Mikal Bridges. I don't know how. I don't get paid for that. I don't even want to pretend like I understand the salary cap. But do it. Do it, Robert Sarver.
Yeah, I don't know too much about him, but you brought up a good point where it's like he realized he needs to get a veteran. I think every successful young team needs a veteran on their team. You can't have like that team without that team. Your team wouldn't be able to compete without a Chris Paul or without a Jay Crowder.
Look at the Thunder last year. Exactly. They had Chris Paul and then you know, they had Shea and all that, but like they had Chris Paul.
Young players, all these young players. Now the Thunder have Shea and young players, no veterans. So it's like no, but let's not like you need.
I get your point.
If you're a young team who wants to compete, you need a veteran on the team. So it's like if you're a young team trying to tank, by all means, just let your young core do its thing. But bro, if you want to compete like you guys and you have a young team, you need the Drake Crowders, you need the freaking Chris Pauls, you need the who else? Etuan Moores, like they're even their present stuff, like the Langston Galloways, like just having them on the roster, bro. Like that's just essential to a young team who wants to compete. So I don't know too much about Robert Sarver, but I just think James Jones has just had a natural process. He's like, all right, we're gonna draft the guys who I want to draft. We're gonna bring in the guys to help us win, and we're gonna do this. There was no like unnatural way of doing it. He was just like saying, how are we gonna win? And that's what he did, man. He made all the moves where he thought he was gonna win.
Yep.
One move he did wrong was Jalen Smith, but that's an exception.
Reliable. Who's Jalen Smith? I will never forget that.
That was funny.
By the way, Suns fans, if you do want to hear that interview, I have it. I'm gonna probably make a video about it in the future. It's a really good interview, and I think Robert Sarver was like, "Look, I didn't do it right, but now I finally did." Like, and he kind of made a good point, man. He was like, "I don't get paid to sign Chris Paul." You know what I mean? He's like, "That's James Jones's job, and that's Jeff Bauer, who was our assistant GM's job." You know, like, kind of made a good point, man. Like, people just blame Sarver because, and I get it. You know, 10 years playoff drought, and there was one. You remember when we had Trevor Ariza? People.
Yeah. And you flipped him for Kelly Oubre, and you flipped him for
exactly. Trevor Ariza, as much booing that he gets when he's here and as much criticism as he received, he's kind of the secret success to this team, man. Like, we got Kelly Oubre who won, changed.
I see what you're saying.
We got Kelly Oubre who changed the culture in Phoenix. Kelly Oubre was like, I love Phoenix, and I'm going to do push-ups during games and rep this team like crazy. He introduced the Valley Boys, which was a big thing here. Trust me, that's how bad the Suns were. Was something that wasn't even really Suns related was the big thing in Phoenix. But then, you know, we flipped Kelly Oubre for Chris Paul, and we had the bubble run. And
do not disrespect Ty Jerome. He was in that trade too. Hey, he's been balling for the Thunder though.
I know, man. I know. I guess my point is, with all due respect to Trevor Ariza, it wasn't like Trevor Ariza was going to win us the title. There was one point where I was like, Trevor Ariza doesn't even want to play here anymore. He was that bad.
Bro, Trevor Ariza's been traded the most in NBA history.
As much as I love Dragan Bender and Marquise Chris, those guys weren't the future.
There's no way. Yeah, I remember that part of
it. They were not the future at all.
I remember that, bro. Like, I remember like that young core, and I was like, I don't know about this.
Right? Yeah. I was ignorant. I was like, kind of like new to all this. I was like, I don't know how to look at these two young kids like I was kind of behind the whole like, yeah, let's embrace the rebuild. Let's embrace the youth.
Yeah.
And then it just started piling up season after season, loss after loss, inexperience after inexperience. Like you've been there kind of as a Lakers
Oh
fan.
yeah.
You've
No,
seen
I've
it.
definitely been there, bro.
Every team has.
Through 2013 to 2019, we were, as you know, we were terrible. So it's like I've been there. The like stuff. Yeah, of course.
Like I know that you can name like those 20 something Lakers.
2013, 14.
Yeah, like 2030. Yeah, like
the Nick Young, Jordan Hill,
yeah,
Chris
exactly.
Heyman, Steve Blake, Suns legend. Wait, did
Yeah.
Suns?
Steve
Blake? No, Steve Blake.
He was the assistant coach actually, and before COVID, well, it was kind of when COVID actually hit. He just spontaneously stepped down. I don't know if it was like a family issue. Hey. Maybe there was something going on that we didn't hear about. I don't know. I made a video about it.
He was a goat for us, man.
I love, dude, Kobe Bryant says Steve Blake was one of his favorite teammates ever.
Yeah, bro.
So when we got him, I was like, hell yeah, like that's a good coach to have, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, shout out to Devin Booker, man. Book stuck through it all in Phoenix. Book is loyal and had hope.
I have a question for you. Did he ever actually legitimately request a trade? There were rumors about this every single year. Everything would come out about Devin Booker request trade. Devin Booker request trade. So he never actually legitimately requested one.
And you know what? This is why I kind of hate. No, that's rude. That's why I dislike the.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Go for it. That's why I hate the dislike the media, the national media, and like Bleacher Report that tries to spin all of these rumors. There were so many quotes that like Devin Booker wants to be traded, and Devin Booker's dad said this when it wasn't true. Devin Booker would even tweet out stuff that he loves Phoenix and didn't want to go anywhere. So yeah, Devin Booker, Phoenix Suns for life. And guys, take it from me. Look at the posters behind me. I'll pull these up a little bit. I love Suns history. There have been phenomenal Suns players throughout our franchise. I'm not talking just Steve Nash and Amari and Marion. There have been some great players throughout our team's history. Devin Booker's one of them. I'm going to full screen myself while I'm talking about this. Devin Booker is one of the greatest Phoenix Suns players ever. And he's been here, 6 years? He has like 9,000 points. And he's been here 6 years. And not to mention, you know, he's now putting up playoff numbers. He's now putting up season records. Reliable. Basically, what I'm talking about here is that Devin Booker's been with the Suns for 6 years.
Yeah.
And he's already one of the greatest Suns players ever. Mm-hmm. And what I mentioned was, Nash, Marion, Barkley, all them, they're great. You see the legends behind me. They're great. But Booker, man.
Yeah.
Dude.
No, he'll definitely be up there with Nash and Barkley when it's all said and done.
Dude,
yeah.
He's incredible, man. He's just
right. And I think we should look at how his game's evolved since he got to Phoenix. Like,
right
now he's more of a facilitator. Now he has the keys to the offense. Now
he's working on his defense. He actually played some good D this year.
Oh yeah, and bro, we all saw him struggle at the beginning of the season, and now he's doing shit like what he did tonight. So it's like, man, it's just a bumpy ride.
Before you came back, I was saying I know it's not not all about numbers, but he's already setting records, scoring records, games played records, now playoff records, this is what my next few videos are going to be about. I can't even process all of the stats and facts. It's just incredible, man.
You should take the first 20 minutes and just post it as a YouTube video and just put it as
And that little minute video that I filmed separately, and I might cry at the end of that and just upload it. Seriously, I don't know. And that little segment that I went on when you went to the bathroom too, I might throw that in there too. Devin Booker, man. I don't know why I don't own 10 Devin Booker jerseys. He's that good.
And also, look, I applaud us for successfully doubling him in the second half.
Mhm.
But bro, like he made the right decision every time. So it's like when he would get the ball and be double teamed, like bro, I feel like rookie year Booker would be like, "Oh, I'm the man. I should force this shit."
Even Booker, like last year.
Yeah, he would say, "All right, I'm doubled. Let's do the right thing." And he didn't get the ball a lot in that third quarter because he was doubled. But when he did, he was like, "All right, I have 4 guys on me. Let's make the right decision." So that's just another way he's progressed.
Allen kind of, I never thought necessarily Booker was much of a diva, but like there were times where I thought the fame kind of went to Booker's head.
What?
But like, you know, he's right. Like Booker, he handled his fame and wealth.
Oh, like actual spoiled brat.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was like a term on the court you were trying to use.
Booker said a great quote, man. He was like, if you ever he said something like, if you ever get money, treat yourself, but save your money. He said something like that.
Oh, Kendall Jenner was so wet watching him tonight.
And like the way even Booker's like handling Kendall and all these other, when you went to the bathroom, I was talking about like every time there was a Booker trade rumor, it was bullshit. And Booker would tweet out, "I love Phoenix." Whoa.
So was that loud?
So I thought that was like my headphones or something.
No,
I don't know. Booker's amazing. And you know what?
I got like a couple 100,000 views off, or not 100. Like I got some views off of clickbaiting with Devin Booker trade idea. I'm just gonna put that out there. When I was younger, it's like if I saw the rumors came out every year. You know this.
Yep.
The rumors every single year. So it's like it's crazy to like you were talking about fake media. I heard you a little bit. So it's like
I got to give two credits where credit is due. One to you because you kind of actually 3. My man Flex from Jersey kind of had some inside info about the Chris Paul trade. This was like when it was like coming to light. But you made a video. Now I don't exactly remember what you said in that video, but you were like Chris Paul, Phoenix, boom.
This was like a year before the trade, and I actually the scenario in that
I want to give credit where credit's due.
That's my only Suns video I ever made. The scenario in that video was I thought it was going to happen when you guys traded TJ Warren for cash.
Right.
That's what I thought was going to happen. I mean, that was wrong, but like it made sense because you had exactly the amount of money he was making at the time. But bro, it all came full circle. So like yeah, I mean, I always talk about that now. It's like bro, that's my video I made. But yeah.
And then again, shout out to my man Flex from Jersey. He's been on this channel before. I might have him on for some posts, Suns Lakers talk. But he literally does know people, inside sources, and he knows the players. And he said like Chris Paul is coming to Phoenix. This is real. And he knows like a lot of stuff. And I can't believe that we've gone an hour and 13 minutes without talking about Monty Williams.
Oh yeah.
Man, like,
yeah, I mean,
I'm at a loss for words, man. I'm not saying he's the greatest coach of all time.
You know me, bro.
Dude, he's great. He's
like,
so
as
good.
a Lakers fan, bro, like just seeing Frank Vogel's frog face looking ass against Monty Williams.
He looked nervous tonight. He was
like, bro, like, I just, like, a big reason I hate Frank Vogel now is because of Monty Williams. Just seeing how good of a coach Monty Williams is makes me hate Frank Vogel. So it's like, bro, like, it's just what he brings to the team. Fuck all the, like, the little rotations and stuff like that. Bro, it's overall energy, and he gives the team the motivation for the will to win.
Yep.
Okay, so it's like that the players look up to him, and that's the only thing you want as a coach, because the coach is a step above the players on a branch system. So it's like, bro, you need the players to look up to the coach. You need the players to look to the coach and be like, okay, I want to win now. I love what my coach is doing for me. So it's like, bro, like Monty Williams did all that. Like if you look at all the coaches you had in the past,
that's what I was gonna say.
You really sign a new coach every single year, and all Monty Williams, who changes the culture, man. I'm just
all those voices. Think about it. We just preached about Devin Booker. Think of it through Devin Booker's ears. This coach is saying this. This coach is saying that. Blah 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 blah. They get Monty Williams, and all of a sudden, just something changes.
Exactly, bro. It's just evidence.
And again, this is where I go back to James Jones being hired as the GM. us trading for Kelly Oubre, who again was huge for the culture in Phoenix. Phoenix Suns fans started to show their love to their team when we got Kelly Oubre, because this guy would play with passion. And, like, even though I kind of was confused when we got James Jones as GM, like, I wish I would not have been, what's the word I'm looking for? Skeptical,
Bro,
and again,
I bet you Robert Sarver's mindset was just like, fuck it.
yeah, seriously, I agree. I think Robert Sarver was like, you know what? Let's hire James Jones. Let's get Monty Williams.
We've failed for so long. We have nothing to lose.
And you guys take control. I'm going to just kind of walk over here and do my thing, you know? And you know what? Props to Robert Sarver, because even when COVID was in full effect, he somehow spent the money and what's the word? He gave us a new arena, renovations or something like that. I'm telling you, man, you can Google it. The arena is incredible.
Culture change.
Yeah, and
you guys are just Phoenix Suns arena. There's no like sponsorship or anything.
Yeah, right now I think we something like that with Talking Stick Resort Arena like ended, but now we're just Phoenix Arena. Players would complain about our practice facility, which I've been down there, by the way. It was downstairs. Players hated that shit, and now that's not, dude. I made a whole video about our practice arena. It is ginormous. It is huge. That's our practice arena,
bro. Exactly. And it's like, bro, the investments to the team, like all around, like it all adds up. It's like getting better practice facilities, getting better assistant coaches and trainers and stuff like, bro, like that all, like the trainers, like just the little things. If you're not pristine on the little things, man, that could just add up. So it's like the Lakers got a huge training facility like a couple years ago too. I just remember that.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to like give you guys compliments at this point. Like I needed my 20 minutes to say fuck you Suns, fuck you Suns, fuck you Suns, fuck you Suns.
Dude.
So now I'm just happy.
I mean, we were talking and I was like, you can join if you want. I kind of needed that 20 minutes too. I was like, I don't care.
There was no way I was about to join. You guys have been hearing the toxic stuff. Like, oh my God, it would have been so bad.
Dude, like I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna click record and go live. Like I'm just gonna say what I feel. Suns won. And I'm happy. I'm at a loss for words.
I love how we like try to talk about other aspects of the NBA. Like just like slowly go back to this game. Yeah.
On that note, I think I'm done, man. I've said everything I wanted to say. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
I'm probably just going to be working on my next few videos. So do you have any final thoughts before we call this quits?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm not trying to like if my final thoughts would not be like no.
Lakers in 7.
No, it's
sorry,
like,
Lakers fans.
No, like I'm like again, I'm the only Lakers fan out of their show right now.
Right.
Like, bro, like everybody else is in hiding.
except for all the trolls.
Hey, bro. And also, I did need 20 minutes for the trolls to die down a little bit. Because
shout out to Everything Horror. This guy's been in my live streams before. You didn't have to do that, man. Thank you so much. He says, great series. Denver's next. Let's do this. Coming in clutch with the $3 super chat. I appreciate you, man. I'll have to check out your channel, man. Everything Horror. Go check him out, guys. Check out my good friend Reliable Rants' channel. When the video's coming, man.
Hopefully tomorrow, bro. I've been busy as hell.
Are you gonna call out the Lakers?
With finals? No, I can't make a video like about that.
Right.
Like I just needed my I had like finals week and all that shit, and like, but hopefully soon.
On that note, Reliable, if you want to call me after this, you're welcome to. I'm going to end this stream and probably celebrate. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Destroy the like button. We had over 150 people here. We still have 75 here. I hate to cut this short, but I'm just so happy. Stand up, Phoenix. You've advanced. Enjoy
Go
this. Be safe.
in your neighborhood, bro.
And yes, Phoenix Suns fans, I want to remind you, all NBA fans, be better at the games. Be better. Show that you're a human being. Don't do stupid stuff. Don't throw things at the players. Don't spit on them. That's unacceptable. And Phoenix Suns fans in game 1 versus Denver, I don't know who's got home court advantage, but be good fans. So on that note, please subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Brandon, aka Suns Geek, and if it has to deal with the Phoenix Suns, I'm going to make a video about it. Rally the Valley.